Welcome in, everybody, to the very first episode of Simps Sports, where we make predictions that will most likely not come true.
Probably never.
No, I don't think we'll get one right the entire season.
Well, that's not. We have some dumb luck sometimes.
You do. I don't.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
We know this. I am under the age, and I gamble. Don't worry about it.
No. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So, just a little background information about this section of the Simps YouTube channel. Basically, every week we're going to come back after the week of football, and we're going to recap some of the games that really stood out to us, and we're going to make predictions on the next week. And since this is our first week doing this, we don't have any predictions from last week. We're sponsored by G Fuel. Go into the G Fuel item shop and type in code Simps, and you'll get 90% off your next order. All right, welcome to the section of the video where we break down some teams that are really sad and some teams that are pretty happy right now. So put up a sad cry face graphic. Right
Aww. That's you who's gonna be doing that.
Yeah, I know, it's probably gonna be really bad too. Anyway, my sad team of the week is the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons, they lost in a big way.
They did.
They were up 20, 21 points most of the game, and then they were up by 15 with 5 minutes to go. Lose to the Cowboys. They're 0-2. They got wrecked by the Seahawks. They're so sad right now. And it's not like any of their players were playing bad, or they
were doing good.
Yeah, Matt Ryan in his tender age of 30-something. I don't know. He's getting late. He's still looking good. He's got a little bit of leg on him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. The Falcons are pretty sad, but I think if you don't think the saddest team in the NFL right now is the San Francisco 49ers, I don't know who is, because losing pretty much all your best players, it kind of hurts.
Jimmy G's gone. Raheem Mostert's gone. Nick Bosa's gone.
George Kittle was gone.
He might be coming back this week. I'm not sure. It was
but
just a little hammy for him. It's nose and knee.
I think it was his knee that he hurt the game before, but they lost pretty much all of the people that they need to be good. Mm-hmm. Their defense is hurting. Their offense is hurting even worse. And yeah.
And now their fan base is hurting because they're all really sad. Aww. Let's move on to some happy teams. Happy teams, yay! Happy teams. Okay, my happy team of the week is the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1-1. They take a huge dub from the Colts in week 1. Keep in mind, they come into the season ranked dead last. They're supposed to be the worst team in the NFL. And they take a big dub from the Colts. And then they play the Titans, arguably one of the better teams in the AFC, and barely lose, 33-30. I think that is a win in all facets for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They are looking actually really good. I wouldn't be surprised. They could possibly have a chance at making it to the playoffs, I think.
I don't know if I'd stretch that far, but you never know with Minshew Mania.
He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT, and his connection with DJ Chark it's sending him places. They a lot to work on the defense side, but I'd say they're pretty happy right now.
Oh, I would be too. But
who do you got?
My team that I think is definitely really happy right now is the Arizona Cardinals. 2-0, looking amazing. Probably having they have one of the best teams they've had since back in the Super Bowl. What was that, 2008? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
back in Larry Fitzgerald's prime.
Yep, and I don't know. It definitely feels good to be a Cardinals fan right now.
Definitely feels good. It's a definite confidence booster. They've only allowed 35 points to a solid Washington football team and the 49ers week 1 when they were all healthy. So overall, they're looking great.
Yeah, I think having a really good young quarterback that you'll most likely have for a while, and he's going to be performing this well for a while. It's I don't know. It's just exciting to see.
Get ready for a big Kyler Murray contract sometime in the future. But yeah, so those teams are happy. The other teams were sad. Now let's predict things. Okay, that is enough of us talking a bunch of gibberish about the teams that we think did well. Now it's time to predict things and get them all wrong. Okay, so first game of the week. Dolphins, Jaguars, Thursday night. Who you got?
it's the Jags. That's all it's gonna be. I mean, I don't see the Dolphins winning the game for a while.
I agree. I
mean, this could be one of the ones that they do win, but I think the Jaguars are gonna win it. They've been looking really, really good, and
they're gonna continue that. The Jags are a very happy team, and they're gonna be even happier after Week 3. I think it's going to be a better game than most people think it's going to be. It's going to be somewhat close just because the Dolphins are going to come in with a little bit of confidence because it's the Jags. But they gave the Titans trouble. They beat the Colts. It's the Jags. Sunday, noon, first game. We got the Bears at the Falcons.
Yeah, and this one, I got to go with the Falcons. They've had 2 heartbreakers in the last 2, and so I think they're going to come out now and get their first win against the Bears.
Definitely. I 100% agree with you. They're going to get their first win. The Bears, they beat the Lions and they beat the Giants. That's not much of a track record. The Falcons are going to be playing piss, too. Just the ways that they've lost, and they've played 2 solid teams. The Falcons take that one, for sure.
100%.
So we're in agreement right now. Next game, Rams versus the Buffalo Bills.
This is kind of a tough one. I was going back and forth on this one, but I actually think it's the Bills in this one. No, I know the Bills have not played the best competition going the first 2 games, but I think that Josh Allen is going to come out hot still, and they're going to win the game.
Josh Allen is not going to keep it up. And the Bills, really good defense, let Ryan Fitzpatrick throw for 328 yards. 328. That's a lot of yards.
It is a lot of yards.
For a Dolphins offense that pretty much has nobody. They have Devontae Parker. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's about it. The Rams have been playing really well, on the other hand. They've been pretty dominant. They took the game against the Cowboys in Week 1, and then they beat the Eagles, who are kind of garbage. But still, they beat them in dominant fashion. I think their offense has just been clicking a lot. And they know how to play together. There's a lot of returners on their team. I think the Rams take that one.
Yeah. Agree to disagree.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see in the standings, buddy. Washington football team at the Cleveland Browns. Interesting matchup there.
What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking it's the Browns. Here's why. Baker Mayfield looked really good last week against the Bengals, and you may say, yeah, it's the Bengals, but it was more about just the chemistry that he was playing with, and he came out with more confidence than I've seen him play with. I think the Washington football team is the better team, but I think Baker Mayfield's going to have a better performance.
I think I agree with you. Baker Mayfield probably will step it up this week. I don't think he'll be doing anything crazy, but they were working last week, so I think it's going to continue, and especially with Kareem stepping up again, I feel like there's no way that they're going to be able to stop that duo of running backs.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's got to be the Browns.
I agree with you, and I just don't think Washington's going to be able to produce any offense.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Next up, Tennessee Titans at the Minnesota Vikings. Very interesting matchup here because the Vikings were supposed to be good, and they're terrible. They look awful. They have 0 offense at all. They're last in passing in the league. Kirk Cousins. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Titans all day here. They've come off a couple tough games, so they're going to be playing piss too. And then the Vikings are just garbage. The Titans have an overpowering run game.
Yeah, it's the Titans all the way. There's really no way that the Vikings are going to be able to stop them. And yeah, Kirk Cousins is just not been getting it done. So
that's not it. Vikings are going to be 0-3. Tough scene. Anyway, the Las Vegas Raiders at the New England Patriots. What do you see?
That is a tough one. I honestly think that the Raiders are going to take it after the game. Big win against the Saints. I just think they're looking really good.
They look solid.
And I don't know. I feel like they have a strong chance to beat the Patriots here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have the Raiders in this one too. I think Derek Carr looks a lot better now than he did last year, and their defense held up against a really good Saints offense.
Yeah.
It's a little early in the season to see, but I think that the Raiders look solid, and they're going to take this one. 49ers at the Giants. Now, this is an interesting one because the 49ers literally just lost everyone, and the Giants are terrible, so it's going to be a shit show no matter what. I have the 49ers in this one, and that's mainly because they still have a crazy defense. and the Giants lost Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything at all.
Yeah, I think there's no way that the Giants can get anything done against the 49ers defense. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And, yeah, even with Saquon Barkley, that's still tough. And without him, that's even harder.
Right. Yeah, Saquon Barkley's their whole offense. Next up is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Philadelphia Eagles. Shit show. Joe Burrow gets his first NFL victory. Cincinnati Bengals are going to take this one. The Eagles have just been awful. Wentz looks terrible. And then, I don't know, the Bengals offense they're figuring things out. Got a new quarterback, new system going on. But I think they're going to finally click.
Yeah, I got faith in Joe Burrow, honestly, and it's the Eagles. Maybe I think they look like probably the worst team in the NFL right now.
Right now.
So, yeah, I think it's the Bengals. First dub for Joe Burrow, and it's going to get things rolling for him, I think.
Look at us agreeing on things. All right. Next, we have the Houston Texans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another interesting matchup there. The Steelers are coming out hot, 2-0. They played the Broncos last week, and Drew Lock got hurt, so I think that helped them out a little bit. But the Texans have played the two best teams in the National Football League back-to-back weeks, and the Ravens, and then the Chiefs, and then the Ravens. They're going to get their first dub. I think it's only right. The Steelers, they've looked good and their defense is solid. But their main thing is they get sacks, and Deshaun Watson is elusive. He's going to get away from that, and they're gonna produce.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's definitely Houston, and Houston might be the happy team next week just because they finally don't have to play like the amazing competition that they've been playing the past 2 weeks.
They're going to be the relieved team. Next up, New York Jets at the Indianapolis Colts. The Jets are going to go 0-16. Here's why. They suck. And that's all you need to know.
They aren't good. And yeah, it's the Colts. Phillip Rivers is going to go off. I have a feeling.
Just on a whim. No.
Throwing for 450 yards.
Yeah, he doesn't really even – it's not even considered going off if it's against the Jets.
No, it's not.
Sam Darnold is awful. They don't have a defense. Le'Veon Bell goes nowhere. No lines, nothing. It's over. The Colts D looks better. It's going to be a blowout victory for the Colts. Next up, the Carolina Panthers at the Los Angeles Chargers. I still have a hard time saying the Los Angeles Chargers for some reason. I don't know why. It's like the Las Vegas Raiders.
It is. It's just weird to say. Yeah.
Well, why are all the names changing? The Las Vegas Raiders.
People are moving.
People are moving. It's the LA Rams changed from the St. Louis Rams a while ago. Now we got the LA Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders, and now the Washington Football Team. It's a purge.
It really is.
Anyway, down to the game. The Chargers are taking this one against the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey's out. He's hurt. Justin Herbert looks solid, and overall the Chargers team just looked really good against the Chiefs.
Their defense was just not letting anything through. And their offense was doing really well. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs could not stop anything, especially on the run game. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't think that the Panthers are going to do much better.
Mm-mm. And I think a little youth helped the Chargers a lot in Justin Herbert. He needed some fresh legs. Tyrod Taylor's been in the league for a little bit, and he hasn't really done much. Not a lot of confidence there. A fresh pair of eyes helped him out, and I think it's going to continue to help him out, actually. Next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are beat up. They lost Drew Lock and Cortland Sutton. Sutton's out for the year. Brady has been settling in a little bit, so he hasn't had crazy victories in weeks. No, he lost week 1. The Bucs haven't had a ton of success in the first 2 weeks, but they pulled out a win last week. They lost to the Saints week 1, but I think they're going to do a lot better this week against the Broncos.
Yeah, I think there's really not much the Broncos are going to be able to do, especially with all the injuries and everything. And I feel like Tom Brady's going to get things going here in the next couple weeks, and this week might be it, that he is finally able to come out and have a big game. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely the Bucs that game.
Bucs. We're still agreeing on most things here.
We are.
I don't know what's happening here. All right. Detroit Lions at Arizona Cardinals. Who you got?
I got the Cardinals. They're the hot team right now, honestly. I don't see them losing very many games, and definitely right now against the Lions, I feel like they're going to pull out another dub.
Yeah. Kyler Murray has been fantastic. That's going to continue against the Lions. The Lions haven't had much success on defense. And I don't know, just the overpowered offense they're going to blow them out. Cardinals blow out the Lions. Next up, Cowboys at the Seahawks.
It's the Seahawks. The Cowboys were hot this week against the Falcons at the end of the game there. They were able to pull off a tight win, but the Seahawks are just looking so good. I don't think there's any stopping Russell Wilson out there. And yeah, the Cowboys I don't think they have a chance, honestly. Might be a big loss.
I agree with you. I disagree with you. I think the Cowboys do have a chance. I think Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott worked really well together in the last game. Towards the end of the game, they really brought it together. Their defense tightened up. They weren't good, but they tightened up. And I think that the Cowboys are going to surprise the Seahawks because the Seahawks are clearly the better team.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the Cowboys are going to take this one. Dak Prescott throws for like 400 yards.
I just don't see the Cowboys really. There's always the hype of the Cowboys are going to be good this year, but I don't think they're going to be as good as the Seahawks.
This is their big win that turns it around. That's where we stand. Next up, Green Bay Packers at the New Orleans Saints. That's a good game.
It is a really good game.
What are you thinking?
I got the Packers in this one. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the Saints, they've been good. They just lost to the Raiders, which was a big loss, I would say. And I feel like just Aaron Rodgers, when it comes down to it, is Aaron Rodgers. He's going to pull something out. And Devontae Adams has been just amazing. Aaron Jones has been unstoppable. And I feel like the Packers are going to pull this one. It's going to be a close game, but the Packers are going to win.
Here's why they've been unstoppable. They've played the Vikings and the Lions, two of the worst teams in the NFL right now. The defense is going to hit the Packers like a truck. They haven't faced a defense like this yet. The Vikings were supposed to be good, but they're not at all, clearly. Yeah. So I think the defense is what's going to win the Saints this game. It's going to be close, but I think the Saints pull it off. Yeah. That's what I got. I got the Saints. You got the Packers. We've disagreed on 2 in a row now.
This is wild.
What do we do? In a very agreeable week, we're disagreeing. Next up, the big game of the week, Monday night, Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens.
I think this might be one of the best games of the whole season, honestly. Mm-hmm. This game is going to be a shootout. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. But I have to go with the Chiefs. 1, because obviously I'm a fan, but 2, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is always going to pull something out of his hat, no matter what. Even if they're down, he's going to rally the team, and it's going to be a comeback win.
I'm going to agree with you, and a lot of that is just my Kansas City heart throbbing right now. But I think it could be really close, and it's going to be really scary. I want the Chiefs to win really bad. I came into this thinking I was going to say the Ravens.
Yeah.
Because if there are any games that the Chiefs are going to lose this season, it's going to be this and then the Bucs later in the year. But we're going to win. I'm going to have some faith. We agree on the last one of the week. And now we wait. We wait and watch. I will win. You know this. I always win.
Are the worst at predicting when it comes to sports.
We'll see about that. So, yeah, that is our predictions for week 3. Let's move on to our oddly specific predictions. Bing, bang, bong. We're back with more predictions, and these ones are going to be oddly specific. What do you got, Tyler?
Well, after last week, I had this prediction at the start of the season, but I'm going to make it now. This is when it's happening. Kareem Hunt is going to go off this next week, and he's going to be taking Nick Chubb's starting spot.
My fantasy team doesn't like that one.
I know it doesn't.
I don't like that one.
But it is going to happen. Kareem Hunt's he's coming back, and this is the game that rookie year Kareem Hunt is going to be playing.
I'll give you the fact that he's better than Nick Chubb. He's better than Nick Chubb, athleticism-wise. It took him a while to get back from his little kicker fiasco. But he's been looking really solid, and he's basically splitting with Chubb.
Oh, yeah.
Chubb's great, too. Really good.
No doubt.
Really good running back. I don't know, man. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that.
They're still going to be no. They're still going to be splitting a lot of the carries, but I think after this next week, Kareem Hunt is going to be their go-to guy.
We shall see. We shall see, my friend. So, Thomas, if you laugh anymore, I'm going to kill you. Hey, come on. Give your prediction. Give your number one prediction right now. Come on. All right, Thomas decided to laugh at us in the background, so he has a prediction.
Is it like a real mic?
It is. It's a real mic.
The Bucs are going to win the Super Bowl.
He sucks Tom Brady's cock. Anyway, moving on. My prediction this week. The New York Jets will not score a point. They're going to get shut out, and that's just simply because they suck. And that is my oddly specific prediction.
I would not doubt if that happened.
Yeah. It's oddly specific, so doubt it for a second.
Okay, I doubt it.
There you go. Well, there you have it, folks. That is our week 2 going into week 3 predictions. We're going to try to do this every week. Let us know down in the comments what you want to see from us, what you want us to do, what you'd change, what sections you want to see.
Give us your predictions. You think we're wrong? You think we're right? Who do you think has the better predictions here?
Argue with us in the comments down below. But for now, it's NFL, baby. Let's move on to week 3.